Hello viewers, my name is Muhammad Shafiuddin. In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to add comments to your Swagger OpenAPI document. This will help the consumers of your API in your organization uh, to understand how to send the requests, what are the parameters, so you don't have to create another document specifically uh, describing how to use the endpoints. So at one place, you have all the information for the users on how to send request and what is this request is about. This way, it saves your time, your cost, and resources. And as you can see on the screen, this is the code uh, I did in the last video. So in this code, I configured Swagger in a ASP.NET Core Web API .NET 10 version 10. In version 10, and I think from version 9 and 10, uh, uh, Swagger doesn't come by default. So you have to configure yourself. So if you like to watch that video on how to configure the Swagger, not only configure the Swagger, but developing the complete uh, ASP.NET Core Web API, REST API endpoints, you can watch my previous video. I will leave the link in the description below for that video. So now let's get started. So here is the application. I'm going to start this application. So I'll right click this, or I can just do from the play button or F5. So I'll just click the play button. So once this start, I'll show you in the browser how the Swagger Open API document currently looks like, then what I'm going to update. So while this is running, I'll show you where to get the URL to test this API. So in the properties, launch settings.json file, this will have the information about your URL. So this is the localhost URL, and the port is 7153. It could be different port for you. So I'll just copy this, and I'll open the browser. Over here, I'll paste this, and then /swagger /index.html, and this will open up the Swagger API, OpenAPI. So over here, you see all the endpoints, and you see the uh, name of the uh, database is employees. Right now, this is coming from the controller class of our code. Uh, Controller class is employees controller. That is why it's by default, it picks up from there. And similarly, this is the name of the project, and the version is here. So I will show you how to customize this. That way, you can have some meaningful description for users, not just leave it as default. So let me go back to the Visual Studio and show you. So currently, uh, let me close this. In the Visual Studio, if you open your controller, over here, the name employees is coming from here, but you can customize this based on your requirement, uh, and add custom comments so users have better idea about this API. So to do that, underneath this API controller, you open and close square brackets, and inside this you add tags, and then brackets. Inside the brackets, quotation marks. In between the quotation marks, you write your custom description. So I will write, in this case, employee management APIs, and Control S to save. So this will uh, show up. Now, instead of showing the employees by default, it should show up employees management APIs. Let's go back to the browser and check whether if it's updated or not. So let me refresh this browser. Uh, so it's still showing the employees. Maybe I need to run the application again, so it will build and start again. So let me do that. Let me go back to the Visual Studio. So I will uh, stop this and run the project again. Now the program started. Let me go back to the browser and let's refresh it and see whether this is updated. Now you can see the custom comments are showing up, employee management APIs. Now I'll show you how to add the comments here or update the comments and the version. Uh, so for that, we'll go back to the Visual Studio again. Here, open your main class, which is program.cs. Over here in this program.cs, uh, right above variable apps, above this line, I will just uh, add this code right here. Swagger implementation for header comments begin. I'll create a block and I'll add the code in this block. So this is going to be end. So begins here and ends. So this is going to be the code block that I'm going to write the code right now. So I'll just have the code ready. So I'll just, to save the time, I'll paste it here. So just a small code snippet. So this is the code that you need. Control S to save. There's a spelling mistake. Implementation. So let me explain you about this code. So here the builder that services OpenAPI, this registers the OpenAPI services into the application's dependency injection container. It tells the app to generate an OpenAPI specification, a JSON or YAML file that describes your API endpoints. And the options: add document transformer. A document transformer is a middleware-like function that allows you to modify the generated OpenAPI document before it is served. This is useful when the default generation does not include specification metadata you want. And then I have customized the comments, employee details, custom comments. You can add any comments based on your requirement, whatever information you want to provide about this API to the users. So they can see on the Open API document in the browser. And I just custom V2 version to show you how you can customize this, and you will be able to see on the browser. So let me stop and start this project again. Now this program is started. Let's go back to the browser here and refresh it. So we are expecting this to get updated. So as you can see, employee details, custom comments, and also the version custom v2 is updated from the code that we just added right here. So those two items are updated, like this custom v2 and this one. Furthermore, let me show you other things. As you can see, previously we implemented this, uh, as you can see on the screen. Let me make a little bigger. So, so here, you see this endpoint adds employee data to the database. So every endpoint, you can add comments next to it, meaningful comments to inform the user what this endpoint is about. We did this in a last video. So let me show you where you can add this comment in the code. So I'll go back to the Visual Studio Code in the controller class, right by that post method right here. These are the comments. So you start this comment with the 3 lines, commenting lines like this, and start with summary. You type summary, it will auto finish for you. So you'll add the end tag, so the closing tag. So this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. In between that, you add the comments you want for each endpoint. So that will show up on your OpenAPI document. Uh, I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.